Part 10 on how to join the elite. And in this episode, well, for starters, before I begin, I'm still on the page on David Carroll saying, before I begin, the reason why I'm doing videos in the dark, at least right now, is because for me, personally, I tend to think clearer in the dark, clearer at night. I tend to have better focus at night, and particularly without all the illuminating lights and distractions that take place during the day. And even at night when I have the light on, and the TV on, a lot of that tends to divert my thoughts. Not to say that I have ADHD or ADD, but my thoughts, as you can probably tell from my last video, were more coherent, more direct, and more to the point. But in this video, this is a very to the point series, well, not series, but a part on how to join the elite. And that is, especially for you guys who aren't where you want to be, it's okay to put your head down. Now, putting your head down, figuratively, if all of you, for the few of you who don't know or can't decipher what that is, that's basically meaning keep to yourself, focus on yourself, and don't worry about the world on the outside. Because the world on the outside world, it's full of distractions, it's full of nonsense, it's full of bullshit at best. At worst, we've seen the recent events and the recent stories that have been going on, and quite frankly, would you want to be involved with the outside world for the most part? And I don't mean you staying inside your house, cowering yourself, hiding yourself, being Mr. Prepper, being the next den cad. I actually like the guy. That's not even a dig at him, but you know what I mean. Being scared of everything around the world. That's not what I'm saying. But the general world that we live in, at least what we see in television, and particularly what we see within the United States, a lot of it today is just a bunch of bullshit. And it's one example, and I decided not to make a video about this because even at this point, I'm very indifferent when it comes to this issue. This protesting of the flag by doing the kneel down, sit downs, stare downs, locker room downs, bear down the locker room, guys. Yep. Lock her down. And this is just a bunch of disingenuous people on both sides. You got one side who's protesting all because it started over one NFL player whose career was already on the decline when he did this. And now everyone's parakeeting him. Granted, some people are probably genuine about it, but in his case, I still think he did this just to bring attention upon himself and because he was coerced through it by his SJW girlfriend. And this is blown into proportion thanks to the smart ass in chief. How he can't shut the hell up and stick to politics. You may want to take care of North Korea before you talk about the NFL. I'm just saying. So his case of tweeting and pissing off the two biggest sports leagues in this country basically spur off this shit, and then you have people on the right who are saying the people on the left are disrespecting the flag, which we all know it's not towards your freaking flag. Don't worry, your flag is not in trouble. I mean, the way things are going right now, and the way things are going with one territory, we may have another star to that flag sometime soon, but that's, yeah. Anyway, it's just disingenuousness on both sides. And that's just one of many examples on why men in general, you guys, we need to keep our head down. And by keeping our head down, I mean this. Focus on what matters. And what matters, or who, rather should I say who matters the most, well, I'll just say this. Go get a mirror and look at it. As far as keeping your head down itself, especially for guys out there who don't have their stuff together and they realize that, or who aren't really where they want to be, sometimes it's best not to distract yourself with all the drama in the world. And in many cases, I'd say, for example, if you're overweight, stick to the gym 6 times a week, 5, 6, 7 times a week, an hour or two per day, if possible, or at the very least an hour a day. Focus on your diet. Focus on cooking instead of going out. Focus on healthy alternative diets. Instead of fried, make your stuff baked. Instead of processed stuff, eat all natural stuff. The list goes on. You don't need me to explain this to you. If you aren't as confident where you are or where you want to be, or you aren't as confident as where you want to be in your dating world, focus on yourself. Go to the gym. Build up some muscle mass. For a lot of you guys, go to step 1, or the first example I told you. Also, yeah, a lot of you say, well, how can we approach women and blah, 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 blah. If you were telling us to put our head down, well, quite frankly, it's simple. The more you build yourself, the more women will approach you, or at the very least give you signs to approach them with warm approaches. Now, I'm all for warm approaches if someone's willing and open to have a conversation with you, even if it's just a friendly one. But these cold approaching shit where you're day gaming and night gaming and midday gaming, brunch gaming, midnight gaming, twilight gaming, space gaming, freaking 3D gaming, 4D gaming, double XP gaming. Look, all this is bullshit, and all of it does at best is waste your time. So, in your case, in this example, the metaphorical example of putting your head down is to focus on yourself. Go to the gym, make more money. In some cases, make money in general, but if you already have a job, get a side hustle if you can, or get your own online business if possible. Do something that will improve yourself to the point in which you feel confident enough, because confidence comes from within, not what other people perceive you as. Confidence comes from your self-achievements and your own accomplishments that you can show, that are tangible, that you can say you did, and especially things that no one can take back from you. And for all you guys out there, especially you young guys, I definitely emphasize putting your head down. If you're a black or any kind of guy who's in the prison, the legalized prison system that parents, the majority of our parents put us in, known as public schools, put your head down. Now, I know a lot of you have needs, and I'll address those later. A brief way of how to tend to those later, without porn. But a lot of you guys, put your head down. Focus on your schoolwork. Focus on your extracurricular activities, your after-school activities, your after-school jobs, weekend jobs if you have them. Focus on those things. If you have friends, your guy friends, focus on them. Trust me. A lot of them you probably won't end up hanging out with 5 years from now, but those who do will be some of the best friends that you'll have. Putting your head down, and that doesn't mean being a hermit. That doesn't mean being a recluse or even being a celibate. I'm not going to dish the MGTOW guys today. Being a forced celibate guy. Putting your head down means focusing on you and noting those around you who are also putting their head down. Putting your head down basically means staying out of trouble, staying out of the limelight, staying out of the cool kids club, staying out of all the drama that comes with it. These high school dramatical shows like in Beverly Hills 90210 and The OC and Melrose Place. I'm not sure if Melrose Place is high school, but a lot of those shows are just glamorized bullshit. And a lot of those shows don't really hide the bullshit. I mean, if you really look between the lines, a lot of the stuff that carries its face are just bullshit in general, which only the most immature of girls seek to live out. But us men, we're better than that. Or quite frankly, we just want less drama than that. So, putting your head down and doing what you're doing is the best way to be elite. And on the last subject, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, if I put my head down, if I just focus on me, I won't have a girlfriend, I won't get my needs met, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's not necessarily true. Note the girls, I should say, who are also putting their head down. Or putting their heads down. Note them. I know they may not be the hot blonde with the big tits, the nice perky breasts, and the firm ass. I get it. She may be a nerdy girl with glasses and freckles and braces, or she may be the foreign exchange student who has flat tits and a flat ass, but conspicuously deceptive and alluring eyes with straight hair. But the point is this: note those girls. Hang out with those girls. Get to know them. Befriend them, or if you really have the balls, or if you really have the charisma, and some people call it game, let them know that you want to get to know them a bit better as more than friends. It's okay if you go for the kill, and I'm not saying make out with them immediately. Don't do some dumbass shit you saw on TV or some PUA fraud told you to do, but make your intentions known that, hey, look, let's go study sometime on a Friday or Saturday night. And then you turn that studying into movies, and you turn that movies to making out, and there you go, your needs are met. And yeah, you make her your girlfriend, whatever. And especially if it works, then that's even better. You have a girl, you have your needs met. Needs met with a person you can actually stand to be around, that you can actually do productive things and put your heads down together with, while also enjoying the teenage experience that I believe every teenage boy should have, and that is some sort of sexual companion in which you can also get along with and relate to. And I know a couple of people are going to argue with me. It's like, boys don't need to be having sex. I'm not telling fucking elementary school kids to go fuck. These are high school children I'm referring to. Or better yet, men in college. High school and college. This is one of the very few videos that I'm appealing to teenage boys and boys or young men in college as much as I am to the typical demographic, but I especially want high school and college age young men to hear this. So play your cards right. Don't brag about if you get lucky with one of these chicks. Don't brag. Don't tell all your friends. Tell them you made out. Save the rest between you and her. Yeah, that's the number one reason why a lot of these girls don't want to put out these days, and that's the number one way to lose a girl, particularly a good girl who had her head down and is focused on the same things that you want or that you're focused on. But for everyone else out there, it's okay to ignore society. It's okay to ignore the world. It's okay to, at least for the time being, put your head down. Because the world isn't going anywhere, at least not in the direction that we want it. I mean, look at it. People become more tribalistic, and I mean, just look at the 2016 election, who America chose on both sides as the nominees. Do you really want to be involved in that world? So let the world go to hell in the handbasket. Let the left and right extremists, the Antifa and the alt right, both of them are pieces of shit. Let them both have it. Just let them both have it. And by the time you get to where you are, you'll be much more competitive, much more capable, and much more feared than either one of those douchebags or one of those group of douchebags. And then they'll look at you. They'll marvel at you. And then they'll accuse you of being part of the Illuminati. Or the Bilderberg. Or as some of them say, Bilderberger. Or the Rothschild. Don't give up the Rothschild. Yeah, yep. That's essentially what's going to happen. You're going to be blamed by... You're going to be accused as a Satanist, selling your soul out because you put your head down and you focused on what needed to be focused on. So just to warn you, the hate doesn't end. But the position, prestige, prominence, and income, as well as the respect, oh, that's assured. Especially these millennials today, a lot of them just don't want to work. A lot of them have a shitty work ethic. Yeah, you'll be all right. Young people, put your head. All young people, even the women out there who have their heads on straight, put your head down. Yeah, go for that guy who may not look as rough and tough as the jocks or the bad boys at school. You may be surprised. There's a saying about those who are quiet and how they are sensually. I'll let all the nerds and nerdettes discover that for themselves. Everyone else out there, always bet on X.